Hail up YouTube family, the Maverick in the space again. Still with the best and most credible opinion, still fear and fearless analysis. And remember, for the opinion to be best and most credible, it's got to be fair and fearless, and that is what it is. Remember a couple of videos ago, I tell you, say, Rudolph Speid, the boss from the Cavaliers FC, will be heading to the Jamaican coaching staff. Well, it kind of a little bit different than how we predicted or how we assumed it would be. But it's now official. Mr. Speid is now a technical advisor to coach Steve McLaren going into the final phase of World Cup qualification. And yeah, when we did that video, they did run through some of the comments and we see a lot of people that push back. They never like it. You know, the anti-JFF sentiment, the anti-management of the JFF sentiment there. That was rife in the comment them. But the case for me that try and make people, and I still going to try and make it, is that this World Cup qualification, we won't get a better chance and an easier chance to qualify for the World Cup. And we can't mess this up. So therefore, my thoughts are that we should go all hands on deck. And if they want the Maverick, and if they want the devil with him 3 teeth, what them call that something with the 3 teeth thing where the devil walk with. If they want all of we to work together to make sure Jamaica qualify for the World Cup, Maverick would have his hands on the deck as well. I mean, I think nobody can ask any question as to whether or not Rudolph Speid is preeminently qualified as a football mind, as a football coach, as a football administrator, as a football soldier to get involved with this project here and to help make sure that Jamaica qualify for the World Cup. A lot of the people made a push back about it and array and tape. They never really put forward no suggestions, you know. Because obviously, even the blind can see. So Steve McLaren, in his management and coaching of the team, now get the best results in terms of results itself, and now get the best results in terms of how the team shape up and how the team perform. So there must be more or other avenues need to be explored to make sure that we qualify for this World Cup, you know. We can discuss the ethics of it and the morals of it and the rights of it and the wrongs of it after we give ourselves a fair chance to qualify for this World Cup, you know. That should be the ultimate objective of every single football fan, every single football administrator, and every single stakeholder in this beautiful game of football, you know. You know what it means to qualify for the World Cup? Not just financially, but in terms of the profile of your football program and of your national association and what you're doing in the football. It so happen that we get some good fortune because this region hosts the World Cup and 3 teams automatically qualify as joint hosts, co-hosts. See? So I leave Jamaica with an extra window of opportunity. And even within that extra window of opportunity, we get the good fortune to drop in a group that is basically comprised of 3 Caribbean teams. 3 Caribbean teams where Jamaica rank significantly higher than them. Where Jamaica in terms of a football team, man for man, we're far better than them. So if we are going to sit down with some kind of malice and grudge and, you know, up in our feelings and blow this opportunity, then we don't have sense. Yeah? I mean, tell them already, you know, if Jamaica can pull out whatever stamps we need to pull out and qualify for this little World Cup, yeah, and get the commensurate prestige and praise will come along with it, along with the millions of US dollars, then we don't have to stop playing football in Jamaica. We don't deserve to go. If we mess up this, if we take ego and bad mind and bad feelings and, you know, malice and pettiness and don't qualify for this World Cup, then we deserve to stop playing football, people. Eh? By the way, the players, apparently, in the announcement made by the president, the players, the senior players, are in support of Steve McLaren, so they want him to stay. But as been explained before, there's a vacancy on the bench, you know, because the assistant coach did gone and another assistant coach is supposed to come and him not reach. So I did assume that a role Speid are going to take. Based upon the announcement, them say Speid will be in and around the dressing room, he'll be in and around the team. Them never say specifically that he's going to be on the bench. Me personally feel Speid is needed more on that bench than anywhere else. Because when we look on the game that Jamaica played recently, and we see the in-game management of the team, we feel like this how we fall down. We feel like this how we weak. And anybody who watch Rudolph Speid with his Cavalier unit over the past 5 seasons or so realize that one of Speid biggest strength is his in-game shenanigans and his in-game tactics and his in-game tweaks, which is what I think the Reggae Boys lack. So if he's going to be a part of the technical team, I think he should be sitting on that bench. Because very often we say Jamaica play, we see McLaren. Recent times we start seeing him up nice stands and away from the team. And even when he's on the bench, you get the impression that him kind of be fuddled and him don't know what to do. A lot of the time, I'm around God, they say jump up on a baban and say something, and Ray and Trevor Sinclair whisper in his ears. Steve McLaren look like a little bit befuddled when he's up on the bench. And one thing you can argue with about Speid is that he has this kind of calm, composed demeanor when he don't seem to get flustered. You know, if you watch him when he do the Cavalier gig, you see him kind of calm, never get flustered, never really get emotional either way. You know, seem very expressive. That points to somebody that is in total control and understand their role and understand, say, them need to be the steady head and the steady hand. And I put it to you that that is precisely what this Reggae Boys unit needs going into this final phase of World Cup qualification. So me never have no problem when we hear the argument that Speid are going to be involved. I mean, I have no problem now with the official appointment. I knew he would have been appointed. I said it to y'all. But this thing where people have on them but yam up themselves and gone up and them feelings about JFF corrupt. I don't care if JFF corrupt right now. A World Cup me want to qualify for. What you want? Eh? What you want? You want a JFF election right now? 2 couple weeks before the World Cup qualification start? If Mr. Ricketts call me right now and say, Maverick, I want you to come help do this to make this team qualify. Me come on for YouTube and go around and help them qualify for the World Cup. And so me look at something. Me one of them man value qualification for the World Cup highly, you know. Me have a lot of people in and around football that talk like qualifying for World Cup and then what? How far we are going to go in a World Cup? Why says you qualify for one World Cup and can't qualify for another one and blah blah blah. Nobody have no divine right to qualify for the World Cup. But simply qualifying for the World Cup in and of itself is a massive achievement. It provides opportunities. It opens doors. Administratively and certainly in terms of where the players' future concerned. Players get opportunity, them get extra exposure. The profile. You don't understand the World Cup final stage? What it is? That's the biggest single sporting event. It has all the sport, you know, people. The World Cup finals, you know. And you get a month of it, you know. If you stay night for the month, you know. So we don't understand how people are not try to water down the World Cup. The World Cup remains the World Cup, you know. And ultimately, one of the places where most football players want to end up. And one of the places where most football countries want to reach. And one of the places where most coach want to coach. So as we say, if you get the devil with him 3-teeth fork, if you ever pass through, and we have a role for him, me all about hiring him if we want him. If we need him, we should have said, for help him on the bigger mission. And the bigger mission is to qualify the team for the World Cup. I hope Speid can talk to McLaren. They said they've been talking. And McLaren had no problem with his appointment. And obviously, he had no problem working with McLaren. So I hope them can find a way to realize that Jamaica problem are in the midfield. And we have to get very creative and get creative very quickly. Because as much as possible, I don't think we can solve the problem there at this stage. But we have to be able to do some creative things in terms of the personnel where we have to get that midfield working better. Because at the top of the field, at the top of the park, on the offensive end, we have a lot of potent players, individual players. But because of basically a dysfunctional midfield, we have struggled in terms of the efficiency of those players. And also, as was exposed in the Gold Cup the other day, our defensive organization is not all that good. In fact, it is poor. And if we don't fix these little things, although some soup team we have, we are set ourselves up for an upset. R2, R3. So there's work to be done. And it don't matter who I come do it and how fast them I come do it. Don't preach a gospel, you know. Don't preach a gospel there. Welcome, Rudolph Speid, to the technical team of the Reggae Boys. What the Maverick say? All hands, and deck. Think I joke me I make?